Hi guys, how's it going? I know I haven't posted in a while, so I thought I would just post something right now. I wrote a little blog entry about my experience in Japan and what made me move back here from Japan. You should check it out. It's on my Facebook page. Um, I'll also put the link to it below. But I just want to talk about Japan in general and what I've seen. Um, my experience is the Japanese government doesn't tell everybody the truth on purpose. There's always a reason behind everything. And my thought, and most likely it's probably right, is the radiation levels are extremely high in Japan, especially in Tokyo and that whole surrounding area. Um, Chiba and Yokohama and pretty much that whole eastern seaboard side of Japan. Um, that being said, there's millions upon millions of people that live in the Tokyo area and Yokohama area. Chiba is more of an industrial area, but still it's heavily populated. So with that also is all the tourism spots. Yokohama is a big tourism spot. Tokyo is a huge tourism spot, and it brings in a lot of industrial revenue to Japan. So why would the government lie about the radiation? One is because they would start losing money. Travelers wouldn't want to come to Tokyo if they knew, well, I can't take my whole family to Japan because the radiation level is too high, or the possibility of the earthquakes, so they don't publicize all that. Again, I'll provide another link to um, a list of all of the activity that happens within a week of time, all the earthquakes that happen throughout all of Japan and everywhere else. Um, and the funny thing is too is the predictors will always, the earthquake prediction people will come in and say, oh, there's going to be an earthquake coming soon. There's a 70% chance of it happening in the Kanagawa prefecture. Um, True, but the funny thing is, earthquakes happen all the time. Every single day, there's at least one earthquake in Japan. Um, so that whole prediction thing is kind of like saying, I predict tomorrow the sun's gonna rise. Well, no crap. It's like a given. So it's kind of a pointless prediction. Um, Back to the reason why I think the government lies is because why why would they want to tell everyone the truth about the radiation and the earthquakes and all that stuff? I mean, where are the people going to go? Where are they gonna move millions of people? Are they gonna move their capital too? Are they gonna move Tokyo somewhere else? It's not gonna happen. There's too many people, too much money, too much resources involved in moving people. That's why I never bought into that whole thing, the radiation scare of radiation in the water. And then the next day, they have this political leader guy who's supposedly anti-government go out and drink water at a water treatment plant. To me, well, you'd have to go back and find that video. But it was basically he's a political leader for the Japanese, and the Japanese believe everything that he says and everything that he does because he supposedly isn't for the Japanese government. So the funny thing is, when I watched it on TV, they had a table all nice set up at this water treatment plant, and they bring out an ice cold pitcher of water, and then they have a nice a clear clean glass. So but they're right behind this guy is a pool, a water pool, water treatment pool. So I'm thinking to myself, as an American. First of all, where did the water come from that's in the pitcher, and why is it ice cold? Anybody can go buy, bottles of water, pour it into a plastic container, and throw a couple ice cubes in there, and say it was from the plant. And that's where the Japanese people don't think for themselves. I know that a lot of them do, but a vast majority of them are trained throughout their entire life to believe and accept and receive anything that's told to them by the government or by an official. I can't speak on behalf of all the Japanese people, but a vast majority of them believe everything that they see on the TV as being factual and being true. And a lot of American people do the same thing. I'm not putting any one particular race down or one culture down. It goes all the way across the board. There's just a lot of undereducated or misguided people out there that believe anything that you tell them. But anyways, back to the reality of what I saw. For me, looking at this guy pouring an ice cold pitcher of water into a glass, where the water came from, I had no idea. But for me, if I was going to believe the guy, I would have said, okay, dip your glass into that water treatment pool that's right behind you. But he never did. So I wouldn't have believed it. But obviously the Japanese people did, and it calmed them down. They stopped buying all the water off the shelves. Um, I just think it's highly polluted. And the funny thing too is all this stuff is just becoming more and more developed as far as things are leaking. Like the news is leaking out saying, oh, by the way, you remember back 2 weeks ago, or you remember back 2 months ago, or you remember back last year around this time, there was really more radiation than we thought. So I just think it's kind of odd that they would even let that information out, but at the same time, they can't stop the information from being released. So that's why a lot of news events and stuff that you see are not going to be on the Japanese news and the Japanese TV because the Japanese government own them and control them. What they can't really control is web-based information, web news, stuff like that. Even YouTube, they can't control it, but they do manipulate it. So there's certain things that you can't watch or you can't get in Japan. So, but they can't stop everything. But that's it for this blog for now. I'll share more of my thoughts later on, probably in my blog. And this video screen kind of makes me look wide, but I'm not. I'm just laying back. But anyways, that's my thoughts for now. I hope to be making more videos soon. Thanks, guys.